Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. To jump right into it, we're gonna be doing some printing today. These are just my materials. I'm gonna try out a few different things to print on, as well as we'll be just using a roller and some basic ink from my local craft store. Here, I tried to make a frame for printing. I thought it would be a good idea to have something to set the print in, but then I made the frame too tight, and it just became a hassle that never amounted to a tool for me to use. Oh well, it happens in the process of making art. Just know, this thing will not return in the video. And next up, have some cat time. And that's our time with the cat, the one and only, Zeus. Back to the art process. Here, I'm just cutting up some shoulders I had taken off of a shirt that was a t-shirt, and it is now a muscle shirt. And I really liked the tie-dye that was left over, so just good old snip snip, and I'll be printing on it later in the video. And here is that ink I'm using. I believe I got it from Hobby Lobby. It was a gift. I will clarify. It was a gift. in a kit given to me for lino cut prints. But I decided to use it anyways, cause it's what I had on hand. Or at least what I could find. I swear I own other inks, including a red and a blue in a tube. But they escaped me. Anyways, going in with our first pass on the Carve. This was really nerve-wracking. I was so scared that once I got the black onto the pink that, like, the design would shine through and just be ugly as all hell. So I was very relieved when this came out looking so clean and nice. Obviously, haven't gotten past the true test of actually printing it on something, but this definitely helped ease some of my worries about the end outcome. For the first experiment, I went for this kind of not quite cardstock, not quite paper, in-between material. It's just a thick paper that's real smooth, so I'm hoping that it'll have a nice clean outcome. Here we are, final reveal, and yes! It turned out exactly how I was hoping. Obviously, there's some smudges from my own mistakes in the corner, but I can make sure that doesn't happen again. Now, it probably wasn't required, but I did add a little extra ink here for the next print, and on this next one, we're actually using some homemade paper of my own. A big thing I've been up to lately is recycled homemade paper, and I was really curious to see if the design would work out with this. Not quite sure if it will, butt finger and yikes. So, more pressure is definitely needed for this paper. I'm not mad at the results, don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely not happy with the lack of clarity in this print. I like the texture though, and I'm thinking that if I just apply some more pressure through maybe just standing on it for a simple solution. Now the cool thing about this paper is that due to the process of making it, each side has a very different texture. That first side had a more organic texture, and that is the side that gets laid down onto cotton during the making process. Now this side has more of like a grid-like pixelated texture from being in contact with the mesh of the mold and deco, which creates a incomplete but really cool effect, I think. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer the organic kind of texture, or do you like that kind of pixelated grid? Please, I'm very curious to hear your preference. Finally, I'll be trying the fabric. As I mentioned earlier, you might remember, this is a water-soluble ink, so this is truly a test. If It turns out well. I'll wash it out and redo it with some better ink for fabrics, but for now, I just wanted to use what I had on hand. And I really like how it turns out. Similar to the homemade paper, I think I should use some extra pressure while working on fabric due to its variated texture and not so smooth surface compared to the cardstock in the beginning. And we have our final spread. Of course, the original block with the print carved. But then the tests that we did. We've got the fabric, that smooth cardstock-like paper, and the semi-failed prints on homemade paper. Oh well. Thank you all very much for watching. As I was saying, thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. You don't know how much it means to me. I hope the voiceover was enjoyable, especially considering I don't have a microphone set up yet, but that is in the works. Maybe it'll be used in the next video, which will be a paper processing and making tutorial. Keep your eye out for that one, as well as some other things that I've got in the works. Feel free to like or subscribe, also no pressure. But check back in maybe in a couple months if you're interested. Take care, and signing off.